Question 4. We are to find the value of x in this Indicial equation. Now, clearly we could see that this Indicial equation is somehow different from the normal Indicial equation that we know. Why am I saying this? We see that basically certain numbers can be expressed in index form. For example, a number like 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 2. A number like 9 can be written as 3 raised to the power 2. A number like 27 can be written as 3 raised to the power 3, so on and so forth. But let's look at the bases here. 10, 14, 15, and 21. None of these numbers can be expressed in index form. None of these numbers can be expressed in index form. So it means that we cannot use the normal approach that we use in solving Indicial equation as far as this particular question is concerned. So we need to use a different method. Now, what are we going to do? This time, we are going to break down the bases into factors. We are going to break down the bases into factors. So 10, the factors of 10, that will be 2 times 5, 14, that is 2 by 7, 15, that is what, 3 by 5, and then 21, that is 3 by 7. So that is the plan that we need to use. So now let's begin. In place of the basis, you're going to replace that with their factors. So now 10 raised to the power x, the factors of 10, we have 2 by 5. So the whole of this raised to the power x plus 14. Factors of 14, that is 2 by 7. So 2 by 7 raised to the power x, all divided by the denominator 15. Factors of 15, 3 by 5, also raised to the power x, and then plus 21. Factors of 21, 3 by 7 raised to the power x. The whole of this must be equal to, now we are going to change 2 whole number 1 out of 4 into improper fraction. So that will be 9 out of 4. So that is the first step. That is the first step. Now, what do we do next? We are going to expand the basis with the index. We're going to expand the basis with the index. So the first part, 2 times 5 raised to the power x, that will be 2 raised to the power x multiplying 5 raised to the power x, plus, when we expand 2 by 7 raised to the power x with the index, we have 2 raised to the power x multiplying 7 raised to the power x. Now, the denominator, we're going to repeat the same process. So we have 3 raised to the power x multiplying 5 raised to the power x, then plus 3 raised to the power x multiplying 7 raised to the power x. So the whole of this, okay, so let's say is equal to 9 on 4. Now, let's check the numerator. Now, is there any common factor? Is there any common factor in the numerator? Yes. See that we have 2 raised to the power x and then 2 raised to the power x. So that is a common factor. So we're going to factorize 2 raised to the power x out for the numerator. So we have 2 raised to the power x out, leaving 5 raised to the power x plus 7 raised to the power x. That is for the numerator. And also with the denominator, is there any common factor? Yes. 3 raised to the power x, 3 raised to the power x. That is also a common factor. So we are going to factorize 3 raised to the power x out, leaving 5 raised to the power x plus 7 raised to the power x. And this must be equal to. So now let's express 9 and 4 in index form. So 9 in index form, that is 3 raised to the power 2. And then 4 in index form, that is 2 raised to the power 2. Now, what do we see? We see that the expressions in the bracket can cancel out. Yes, the expression in the bracket can cancel out. So 5 raised to the power x plus 7 raised to the power x. And then 5 raised to the power x plus 7 raised to the power x at the denominator will cancel out, leaving 2 raised to the power x at the numerator and then 3 raised to the power x at the denominator. And then on the right, as we can see, we have 3 raised to the power 2 on 2 raised to the power 2. Now, you see that the indexes, we have common indexes on both sides. So we are going to factorize the common index out. So on the left hand side, this can be written as 2 on 3 all raised to the power x. And then on the right, we have 3 on 2 all raised to the power 2. We are almost done, but we still need to do a few things. We see that anytime we are solving indical equation, once the bases are the same, we just equate the index. But what do we see? We see that we have 2 on 3 on the left hand side and then 3 on 2 on the right hand side. So it seems something is off. Imagine if the bases were the same, then straight away we would have said that x must be equal to 2. But somehow the basis looks familiar, but they are not the same. So we need to make sure that they have the same basis. So what do we do? There is this negative index property of indices. So for example, if we have something like 3 on 5 all raised to the power -2. If I want to change the negative index to positive index, what do? We need to reciprocate the fraction. So 3 on 5 becomes 5 on 3, and the index becomes what? Positive. So this is a property of indices. This is one property of indices. If you want to change the sign of the index, then you need to reciprocate the base. So we can apply the same concept here. What do we need on the right hand side of the base? We want the base on the right to have the same base on the left. So if you want to reciprocate 3 on 2, then obviously the sign has to change. So we have 2 on 3 raised to the power x on the left, and this must be equal to 2 on 3. Then what happens to the index? The positive index becomes what? Negative index. So this is one property of indices. So clearly you could see that now the bases are the same. Now, once the bases are the same, we just equate the index. We just equate the index. So clearly, you can see that x is equal to -2. So that is the value of x. X is equal to -2.